Hi everybody, can you hear me? Let's go. So I don't need to remind anybody here that with mobile technology we've changed the way we create and consume information. We're now doing things outside that were once really only done inside, and this isn't a new divide to cross. We've been here before, as was said in the intro. So let's start at the beginning. We went inside. We liked the place so much we started to decorate it. We graffitied it and proved ourselves capable of a higher order of thought. The change was ultimately to become permanent. Inside was all well and good for the living. We stuck the dead outside for three reasons. For reasons of hygiene, because populations were nomadic at the time, we didn't want to bring dead people with us, and also so there was a feeling that their spirits could set free and go off into the ether. Now, this is Kat El Hoyuk. This is in Turkey. These were one of the first agricultural settlements in the world, so because they stayed in one place, they decided we'll keep our dead, we'll take them inside and we'll stick them under our floor. So that's what was under the houses there, where their ancestors, presumably. Down the road in Jericho, they really went to town on the idea. They took the dead, ripped out the fleshy bits or boiled them off or whatever they did, got the skulls, plastered them, decorated them, and then hung them up around the house as nice little decorations. In the West, we have similar macabre traditions. We leave saints on display in churches, for instance. Then we hack bits of them off, we stick them in nice little boxes shaped like hands, and we carry them around in parades, hoping that they won't decompose and stink the place out. Art, for most of its history, was an indoor pursuit presided over by guilds. Monet was one of the first to work on plein air. What he did was he painted an experience of the world rather than a representation of it. So before him, the inside and outside debate within art was more literal. So here Rembrandt is showing Susanna bathing naked outside, but it's a very enclosed space, so we get the feeling that the elders who are spying on her are really the ones who are trespassing, even though they're in a public space. Roman art had already broken the boundary. This is Livia's house. She was the Emperor Augustus's wife, and she liked to sit outside in the summer, but the summer was too hot, so she brought the outside in by having a whole room painted as the outside. The Romans went further than that. To celebrate naval victories, they staged naumachia. What they did in their circuses was to flood the entire place and stage pitched battles between ships, recreating, in this case, battles against the pirates in Ostia. This is Henry Moore's drawing of the London Underground. We go inside to feel safe. What he's showing here are cadaverous bodies sheltering from the Blitz over and above. So it's a very sepulchral feel. During the Middle Ages, the Black Death came along, and doctors said, we have to get out of this terrible miasma that's descending on our cities. Everybody inside, quick. All this did was really raise the rates of contagion and make the whole thing worse. So although we felt safer, we weren't. Traditionally, indoors has been a place of luxury. So that's why Boucher's Mademoiselle O'Reilly is here resplendent in her pale skin to show, I don't need to work. This is work for me. Now the converse is true. Kim Kardashian is here showing, I don't need to contribute to society. I'll sit out and get tanned. It's grand. Who cares? There's not much more you can say about her, is there? So we've turned the world inside out at this point. We really have control over it. So this is open-top mining. What we're doing here is we're going to a mountaintop and we're literally exploding it open so we can get the ore from the inside of the earth without actually having to go inside. We're all familiar with poultry, battery farming. This is actually happening with cattle now. It's a very small practice in the States. Going into England now, there are cattle out there who literally don't get out. Sorry, we're onto this seed vault in Svalbard. We're protecting the outside world by bringing it in, sticking seeds under the tundra. Presumably, in the case of an apocalypse, we can grow back to hyacinths and orchids and whatever we need at the time. This is in Dubai. Why don't we bring an alpine scene to the middle of the desert, bring it inside, and we can pretend we're outside in the Alps. We don't have to go anywhere. Presumably, they like it. The artist Monica Bonvicini played on our fear of the outside world by creating a one-way glass toilet. So at our most private moment, we're sitting there surrounded by people looking supposedly in at us, although they can't see anything. Finally, George Michael didn't bring about the sea change he was hoping for when he brought his favorite indoor pursuit outside. For some reason, cottaging just hasn't taken hold. Thank you.